Have you ever had the clap?
Have I ever had a clap for what?
No, have you ever had the clap?
The clap? Isn't the clap chlamydia?
I don't know.
It's just
It's
short for
it's a
chlamydia?
sexual disease. I know that.
I think it's short for
something
chlamydia.
Sexual.
But wait, how deep can you make your voice go? But you have to give me a
You
sentence.
basically
You have to give
heard
me a
it.
sentence. Like you have to give me like something that a really a person with a deep voice would say.
Just start off high, like me.
Oh, next time bring that strap.
Why do you keep
You
saying
coming
that? Next time, bring that strap.
You never seen that fucking meme?
No.
Okay, hold on. You have. Okay, by the way, welcome back to the shittiest podcast on the internet.
So I forgot about you there.
This is episode 12, special episode 12. I'm Alex.
I am Lonnie, and today it is our 3-month anniversary.
3 motherfucking months in this bitch.
Can you believe that shit? I've been doing this for 3 months.
That is actually kind of crazy. Now, I actually wanted to say, for this episode, we're going to kind of just dive straight into it. It's a little bit more laid back. It's going to be a shorter episode, a little bit more chill.
Also, let us know if you had the clap out there and what was that like. We'd love to know more about that.
Yeah, we would love to know in the comments all of the personal information about you. If you've had an STD, what kind was it? Was it fun?
Was it? Well, it probably wasn't, right?
You don't think there's any fun ones?
Do you?
I mean, the actual part of the STD is not the fun
Getting
part.
the
Getting
STD
it
is the fun part, but having it is the not so fun part.
So if anyone has any stories out there,
just drop them in the comments. We'll
just
read
drop
them.
them in the comments.
We'll read them.
Sorry, my mic's coming in a little hot.
It's coming in hot. Coming in hot.
My mic's coming in a little hot. It's probably burning fucking headphone users' ears off.
Yeah, we've been doing this for 3 whole months, and we kind of just wanted to take like a little trip down memory lane. I know it's only been 3 months, but we just feel like it's necessary to. I mean, you guys can already tell. Like, you can see how far we've come. You know.
Yeah, especially, I mean, when we actually go from, it's kind of funny, right? Because when we go back to this first episode, we're going to watch, so for the first part of this podcast, we're going to watch a little bit of our most viewed clips that we've had so far.
Yeah.
Some of our just episodes from early on and what we were thinking and the ideas we came up with. But it's kind of crazy because, like, this podcast has evolved so much in such a short period of time. Like, it's kind of insane.
Yeah, it's like I personally have never tried really like content creation or even just like being in front of a camera all the time. But I don't know, it's just something like there's something real fun about it. You know, it's almost like something to look forward to. You know.
No, it really is because, well, and it's kind of crazy because like Sorry, I'm looking up, trying to find this meme, and I will. But it is kind of crazy, like the journey that we've been on so far. And for anyone who's watching or has seen the first episode and then has seen this episode and maybe a couple in between or maybe not, it's just kind of crazy to really go back and see that because, I mean, we started with literally just a table. For anyone who doesn't know, to start the podcast, all it took was $30. It was $20 for 2 little mics and a little plug-in that just goes straight into the phone, and then the actual tripod that we actually still record on an iPhone 14, which is my phone, and it's kind of crazy because like that's all it took to start, and then like 3 months later, we kind of got a couple more things going on here.
Yeah.
But I feel like for anyone watching who's going to start something, not to say that, we've mastered this or like,
oh God, no.
Yeah, anything like that.
But it's a very valuable lesson to be learned. Like, you never know how something's going to turn out. So honestly, just fucking do it.
Just do it.
As Nike says, sometimes you just got to fucking do it.
Or Shia LaBeouf.
Exactly. Oh my God, that's a fucking.
Did they?
That is such
you know
an
what?
old. That's a classic, dude.
Dude, did they fucking Did they ever fucking what's it called? Trademark him?
I doubt it.
Like
Get mad at him.
or they should have like used it more. Cuz like that
They
was like
should
the
have used that
biggest
in, like, a
meme when it came
commercial.
out.
They should have used that in a commercial or something.
They might have. We can look that up too, but hold on.
We can figure that out. No, but yeah, like, life is so mysterious, and there's so many different paths and avenues that you can take, and there's so many different things you can do. Why not do as much as you can? Fucking try it out, whatever it may be. Try it out. Go for it. You might have a great time. Even if you have a shitty time, you're probably gonna learn something. Life is a very complex but beautiful thing, and you gotta live it to the fullest. You gotta take chances, take risks. Live that life that you have, because we don't know if we get another one, man. You know what I'm saying?
No, honestly, and it is kind of crazy that you say that, because I feel like a lot of the time, it's life is like really a lot about cliches. Because like if you think about it, like people say this all the time. Like you hear a lot of phrases that people say all the time, like don't make excuses, do this, do that. And in my mind, I feel like honestly, I have a little bit more of a rebellious mind than I would just to like go along with things. So when people are like, oh well, whatever it may be, like you know the sayings, like of many people say the same things over and over, but life sometimes is cliche, like it's corny. Sometimes the corniest shit is true. Like you do have to live your life to the fullest. You have to count your blessings. You can't look at the shit that's going wrong, or it's gonna just keep putting you down when you don't necessarily need that.
Life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get. And it's a very true statement.
I love that fucking...
It's a very true statement.
I love that fucking quote by Denzel Washington. See, and Denzel's another good one, man. Dude, he just has so many good quotes.
With that lip
Life is like a box
quiver.
of chocolates.
Join the dark side. He said that once.
Denzel?
Yeah. He was in Star Wars, right?
Oh, yeah. Oh, when he was like, Luke, I am your father.
Yeah, that's him.
Dude, Denzel might be one of the greatest actors of all time.
Dude, he's so good,
so
dude.
Fucking good, dude.
Another one I like is
from Denzel?
Not from Denzel. This is a different actor. He was in shit. I forget the name of the movie. But his name is Johnny Sins.
Johnny Sins.
Yeah, but he's played a whole bunch of different. He's played like an astronaut. He's played a general in the army. He's played a dentist. He's played, yeah, bro, a scientist.
Oh.
He's got so many different characters, man. He's a really great actor. He's a method actor as well, which is what I like about him.
Right. Are we being serious, or was this a joke?
Do you know who that is?
No, I don't.
He's a porn star.
Oh. Okay. This was actually, sorry to cut this off, but this was actually the, you've never seen this? Okay.
Fucking play it.
Sorry, I didn't know if you could tell just from the picture here. Ready?
Teach your man how to squabble. Get that trigger next time, nigga.
Jesus Christ.
Okay, so he says trigger.
Yeah.
I thought he said bring that strap next time.
That's pretty badass though.
That isn't it? Look, he's got someone getting in the car. He's like, teach him how to squabble.
Because he just kicked someone's fucking ass.
Yeah, he just beat the shit out of somebody.
He just laid somebody out, and he's like, teach your boy how to squabble.
Right.
That'd be very embarrassing. Could you imagine losing a fight in in general? Losing a fight's pretty embarrassing, I feel like.
Okay, you know what? I actually want to talk about this. So, you know what is kind of crazy is like, losing a fight probably is one of the most embarrassing things, like getting your ass beat.
It ain't like you're in the UFC and you're getting paid to lose.
Right. Or you're a professional fighter and you just lost to someone else who's a professional fighter. Like you might lose to
obviously
fucking...
I'm going to lose to John Jones.
Right.
We both might fight professionally, but it's
right.
John fucking Jones. But when you just if something happens like on the street and some guy comes up to you
and you just get your ass
and he's
whooped.
instigating and you're like, back
off,
off, bro.
And, yeah.
And then he starts talking shit, and then imagine he throws the first swing too,
And then he
Imagine
beats
the
your ass.
first swing is what lays you out. You don't even get a chance to defend yourself. Just the first swing and you're done.
You don't even get one good hit on him.
God, dude. That's
Well, see-
that's honestly a nightmare.
You know, honestly, for anyone who's watching, I by no means am a professional fighter, but a lot of those videos you see where people get laid out like that,
Yeah.
it's because you never let a person who is clearly, because like obviously you know if a person's gonna be about to start some shit, like if they're like raising their voice and they're coming at you in a threatening way. You always want to put your hand out, because like if a person's right here, you're not going to see their hand coming up and hitting you in the jaw, as well as if if you're right-handed and you use your right hand mainly to swing, you put your left hand out, and then if they come in fingertips,
if they cross my lane, if they cross my boundary,
if they cross your boundary,
I'm unleashing the cannon. Boom.
But but also, like, at least if they do swing, you'll be able to see it better. Like, if they're an arm's distance away, you'll be able to see them kind of come at you.
Yeah, imagine someone gets right up into your face and then they just hit you with that clean little uppercut.
You see a lot of those videos. That's how people get knocked out.
Remember, Chael Sonnen? I can't let you get close.
Exactly. I can't let you get close. And then you just gets right up into it.
With the double leg takedown.
We've kind of gotten off track here, but
of course
fine.
we have. That's the fucking it's the shittiest podcast. We
that's
always
the
get off
podcast.
track.
So we're gonna talk. We're gonna go down a little bit of memory lane.
Are we talking about this?
No, we're gonna keep this because we're gonna come.
We're gonna come back to this
Because I want to talk about it so bad, but we need to stay
we're
on
gonna stay
track.
on topic because
Okay.
we're gonna reminisce first, and
We're
you're gonna
gonna
fucking
reminisce.
enjoy that shit.
We're gonna reminisce.
Yeah, dude, this is our most popular. All right,
So this is our most popular clip.
this is in our Connect 4 episode.
The Neck 4 episode.
We try to hit a theme sometimes, or not a theme, but we try to do something interesting. Try to keep you guys
Yeah.
entertained, right?
I mean, you guys aren't just gonna watch two idiots talk about nothing without them doing something stupid
I know,
while they're
dude.
talking about nothing.
That was my biggest fear of starting this podcast. Like, we can't just be another fucking group of two fucking dudes
Talking
that's
about-
like, let's make a podcast. We're really interesting.
Right.
We got to do something, and I feel like we have been. I feel like we have
Yeah.
been. We've been standing out, and that's what I really, really enjoy about this venture that we're on.
I've been enjoying it too. I feel like
If I thought this sucked, I think I would be honest with you.
yeah.
Like, I truly
If it
believe I
actually
think I
sucked
would be
dick.
honest. If I thought we were doing a poor job and I thought like we didn't have anything here,
Yeah.
I would honestly not do these anymore.
Yeah.
But I believe in us because I think we got something. Because I really do think we can be quite entertaining. Not to toot our own horns.
Not to toot the own horn.
But this was from our Connect 4 episode. I believe it was episode like 2, maybe
was 3.
even episode 3.
Episode 3.
And
yeah, let's watch it.
yeah, let's just take it away. Let's just watch it.
Sucking dick for crack is a pretty good example
Of rock bottom. I don't know his words, dog.
Give it up your ass.
Oh, okay. Okay. If you had to pick one.
What are you asking me right now? What are you asking me right
Okay,
now?
so,
This is good, dude.
I'm the drug dealer.
Okay. Of course you are. What a fun character you get to play.
That's so
Okay,
funny.
I'm the drug dealer.
And I'm the crackhead that wants to that needs some drugs. So please, sir, let me just bend over for you, sir.
You're the guy.
I need some crack. I need some crack.
Now proceed to
What
bend
the
over.
fuck?
and,
You're the
and
crackhead.
offer his-
I always got to
offer
play
my
these
ass for
fucking
crack.
characters, man.
Not just crack, black tar heroin, to be specific.
Dude.
That one was so funny, and I'll tell you what, TikTok didn't think so. TikTok took it down.
Yeah.
Apparently, on TikTok, you're not allowed to insinuate that you're giving up your asshole for black tar heroin. Apparently, you're not allowed to insinuate that on TikTok.
Yeah, honestly. Yeah, like, but who's deciding that, right? Probably a robot.
I don't know, man. I thought we were in America
Yeah, I thought
with
we
the
were
freedom
too.
of speech. You know, that's where I thought we were.
Yeah, why can't
We were in America.
Why can you put it on YouTube but you can't put it on TikTok? I don't understand that.
I don't know, man.
2.4.
2.4K, dude. That's pretty good. That's our most popular one.
That was our most popular one. 2.4K views on our little short there. No, and I also actually wanted to go back to before we. That was our most. That we just watched that one because it kind of popped up initially. But I actually wanted to go back.
That was the most popular short that we've been able to that we've had on the channel so far.
I wanted to go back to
one.
our very first episode.
Oh wow! Look at that logo.
And it's kind of crazy because, like, so for anyone who doesn't know, like, before we got into this podcast, like, I don't think you have, and I know I haven't done like anything like this before. Where
I was in the realm of podcasting, but I wasn't like on it myself. I was more of an engineer type guy. For 2 episodes ago, our guest Junior, his older brother has a podcast that I was working on, or had a podcast that I worked on.
What did you do?
Mainly just audio engineering and camera flipping. So like I basically had the computer in front of me and I set up their audios at the beginning, made sure it was all good, made sure their audio stayed good throughout the recording, and we had a 3-camera setup, maybe even a 4-camera setup. It was all iPhones though. But we were using my camera as well, which sucked because I couldn't use my phone when I was bored during the podcast, which is good because I had to pay attention, right? Because the main thing was switching between those cameras because we had so many angles.
Limp dick.
Because we... I need some Viagra. But we had so many different... Fuck. Great, you said limp dick and fucking.
That's what happens, dude. When you get limp dick, your brain just goes to mush.
Made my head turn my head to mush.
Don't even understand.
No, what was I saying?
You were saying how you were using your phone. You were helping him set up the audio.
That's right. So I had to switch between the camera angles because we had so many different ones. So like camera 1, camera 2, camera 3. It was just programmed to those buttons. It was really simple stuff. And most of the podcasts are about an hour and a half, maybe. And they would also live stream them too, which was interesting. So
I'm gonna let you guys
had to be careful about what you said.
I'm gonna let you guys know right now. We will never fucking live stream these podcasts.
If we live stream it, we're taking a big risk.
The channel's gonna get taken down by YouTube.
If we do a live stream, we are taking a huge risk.
No, honestly, if anyone out there, because I still have some raw footages. If anyone out there,
some raw footage.
If anyone out there is watching this right now and you want to see some of our oopsies,
let us know.
Let us know.
Throw it in the comments. Like the video too. Then we'll
like the
video.
Be able to see. Like the video. Put it in the comments. And yeah, dude, honestly, if you actually
some of those bloopers are pretty funny.
Pretty funny and on the edge. So if you like that kind of comedy, get up in there and let us know. I might put a little compilation together and we'll throw a little bit of it.
Because we're still trying to figure out, like, we're still trying to figure out, guys, we're still trying to figure out that fine line of comedy of what's too offensive and what's not, what you can and what you can't say. It's for two, like, fucking newbies, that just started a podcast / like a comedy mindset in general. We don't know what's on or off limits,
It's true.
Especially for two fucking super duper white guys, It's like, what are you allowed to talk about? But at the same time, I think that's what makes comedy so great, is that there really isn't rules. If you're funny, if it's funny, it's funny, and it doesn't matter what you're saying at that point, because if it's funny, right? So I don't know. It's definitely a learning process, but that's ropes into what we said earlier. Sometimes you just got to go for it and figure things out, and you never know what kind of a time you're gonna have.
And speaking of that, I'm gonna put this up on screen.
Our very first venture into podcasting, our very first episode.
This was our very first episode into podcasting.
Only 3 months ago.
Let me see the date, actually. Does it say the exact date? Yeah, it does.
March 27th.
March 27th, 2023. It is June 11th, Sunday, as we are currently speaking.
It's about 3 months.
Wait, how the fuck does that work? March to April, April to July, or May, May to June. Technically, it hasn't been 3 months.
Can we not worry about the semantics here?
Wait, how the fuck does that work, though?
Well, think about it.
It's 12. We did 12 weeks, though.
I know.
Oh, but
Not every, I was about to say, I don't want to say something to sound dumb.
yeah.
But,
And you're going to say every month doesn't have the same amount of days.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. That's what I was going to say.
But if
That's
you think
about
about
it.
it,
Okay.
every month since we've started either only has 30 or 31.
Okay. So what's your point here?
So if you minus 27 from 3, because we've done it for 3 months, even if that was the case, it would be the 24th.
No, see, you're thinking in caveman. You're thinking in caveman terms here.
Okay.
First of all,
Okay.
let's do the math. Neither of us are mathematicians. That's the first part of the
All
math.
right.
That's the
So
first
that's
part of the
that's
equation.
the first part of the equation.
So let's just throw that out the window.
Just throw the math out the window.
We started in March,
Okay, yeah.
April, May, June. It's been 4 months. It's been 4 fucking months.
Okay, yeah. This is our 4-month episode here.
We fucking started at the end of May, dumbass. So the end of May, all of April, then June. or-
March, motherfucker.
You know what I meant, cocksucker.
Okay,
God
actually,
damn it.
Actually, though, I have no idea how. God, can you fucking figure out what's going on over there?
Get my pills. I need Viagra.
Look how my mic's working.
What's going on here?
There you go. Now what you need to do, get some of this in your life.
I'm a mess.
You are a fucking mess over here. Hold on.
Dude, you know what? I guarantee you Matt was fucking with our mics.
Fucking Matt.
Our
He's probably watching this.
last guess, if you're watching this, Matt, we know it was you fucking with the mic stand. God damn it. Jesus.
Yours is a little limpy, but
Mine's just been a little limp recently.
that's all right, man. We all go through those phases in life. Okay, we are terrible at keeping on track. Dude, we came into this like, let's go down memory lane. And we're goddamn 22 minutes in.
That's okay.
And we haven't talked about shit yet. Okay.
We talked about a lot of things.
Actually, we did. We talked about too many things. Okay, this is our first episode. Yo. Welcome to the shittiest podcast on the internet. How you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good, man.
Really good?
I'm pretty excited. Actually, if you don't mind me asking, what's your name?
My name's Alex.
Okay. Jesus Christ.
Can we
That
talk
was
about
awkward.
one thing that was awkward? For us watching it, it's really awkward. But can we talk about how
Thank God we got different mics.
because that audio sounds shitty, you know?
So bad.
But also, can we talk about like the energy that we came in with was so off, and it was.
I did not, because we didn't know we didn't know what we were
That's true.
doing.
That's true. It's kind of crazy though. This has the most views on our channel. 100 and what is it? 180 views
Out of just our podcast.
out of just our out of any video. Well, out of the shorts.
podcast,
Yeah, out
not
of the
the shorts.
podcasts.
That's interesting. I didn't feel like this one was very strong. You know, like I don't even remember half of what we talked about.
I don't either. But it's interesting because like you look at this, right? Just looking at this, first of all, the format's off because I didn't know that you were supposed to turn the fucking camera sideways.
Oh my God.
The
Yeah,
format
that's
was off.
embarrassing.
The we don't have a backdrop. It's just our fucking wall that's behind this backdrop.
We still got our trusty old table.
We do still got our trusty. This is gonna be here forever, by the way. 100 episodes deep, 1,000 episodes deep. This
This is
table,
the table. This
is
is our
gonna be here
table.
forever.
This thing.
Dude, but like, oh my God.
Oh my God. Are we just using a green background right now?
No.
What is it?
It's gonna be like a dude. I don't fucking. We're gonna be in front of a city.
We'll figure it
Dude,
out.
we're in New York. What are you talking about?
Hey,
Hey, I'm
New York.
fucking from New
I'm
York.
fucking walking here.
I'm fucking walking it. All right, but no, it's
You
kind of
and
crazy.
that accent.
I know, like my
Turns
accent's-
into British every time. Or it turns into like Eastern European, you know? I'm fucking walking here. That's what you start sounding like.
Well, it goes from like yeah, it
You
starts
start
good at
off
the beginning.
decent with like the hey or the how you
Hey,
doing?
what the fuck's going on? And then yeah, at the end it kind of bitters off to like
It
Irish.
pitters into like Irish or European, you know? It's so funny though.
But no, honestly, we've improved so much from this first episode.
I mean,
want to
just
say
20 seconds in, and we've already improved tenfold, right?
dramatically.
We got the background now.
Lonnie and
Better
we're
mics.
just two
We-
buddies who
I
said
mean, we didn't
"Fuck
even
it,
introduce
let's make
ourselves
a
properly. It was
podcast."
that was a
And we
painful
also
20 seconds. Not
have
gonna lie.
the presence of mind to realize that we're gonna have the shittiest podcast on the internet.
That's
So,
right.
we're
Listen.
hoping you guys enjoy.
Listen, not every podcast is a grade A setup. We have a
Okay,
foldable-
you know what's crazy?
foldable chair.
Oh man, yeah.
we gotta. That's so awkward.
We have
because
made lots of improvements. Clearly,
the main thing that we've made improvements on, and that I think both of us we talked about obviously off the podcast and off camera, is that we at this 12 weeks ago we were very kind of camera shy,
we were super green to this whole process, right?
super green.
We didn't have no lights. We didn't even have good mics. Like Alex said, he spent literally $30 to set it up. And I mean, I think we've been doing a great job ever since, you know? Even though it was a rough couple first episodes until we got these mics, because my dumbass never learned how to hold that mic properly.
Oh my god.
I bet I was a nightmare in the mixing studio. Could never hold that mic properly. I was always too quiet because I was a fucking moron and wouldn't hold it close to my face.
Yeah, those mics were interesting. It's kind of interesting though, because like even if you see like, let's go to our first hate comment. The first hate comment we ever got.
The episode number 2, the clown episode, which great idea. We need to do this again.
Yeah, we do.
I loved the clown episode.
The clown episode. Yeah, we'll bring some of these episodes back into rotation eventually, and we'll improve on them slightly here and there.
It's so funny because it's the most well thought out hate comment you could ever imagine. It's not even a hate comment. This is just a genuine comment. It's not even hateful.
Yeah, it's literally just like, oh my god.
He says, and I quote, "I respect what you're trying to do, but I'm not seeing your podcast becoming famous based on conversation alone. Investing in camera and audio equipment might be a step, but the repartee and chemistry is just not there."
Yeah, I remember sending Lonnie that, and he did fuck us up with the repartee because
I'm a big reader. I feel like I know a bunch of words. When I read that, I was like, "Fuck, I don't even know that word."
we had to look it up.
I didn't even know that
shit
word.
up.
And yeah, he basically just used the word chemistry twice. So who's the real smart one, right?
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
No, but honestly,
But seriously, thank you,
Unknown Fusion.
We don't know who you are or which fusion you are, obviously. But we really do appreciate that comment. You were one of the first people to fucking ever even say anything to us. Honestly, probably the first person to ever say anything to us. So
yeah, I think that might have been our first fucking actual
thank
comment.
you so very much.
Um,
Totally, after like if you watched that first episode and jumped into the second episode, honestly, I can totally understand where you're coming from.
I can totally understand.
Totally
what's
understand where you're coming from. But like you said, investing a little bit in a little bit better equipment has definitely stepped up our game. I think it's made us a lot better.
happening. Most definitely, because
It's like-
he
it
said
goes-
investing in a camera, audio equipment might be a step,
It almost goes.
but whatever is not there.
It almost goes down to like a look good, feel good kind of thing, right? Because like
Yeah.
when you got the good stuff, it makes you feel like more confident in what you're saying, and
Yep.
you know how you're appearing on camera. But I will say, I think we were still just super new to each other, like being on. Like obviously we've been friends forever, but we just never really tried conversing in this way, right? Like with a recording going on and all that stuff. It was going to take some time to build up. We already have our own chemistry and our own repartee, but to build up that camera version is much different.
Much different. Much
It
different.
doesn't. It sometimes it feels very similar, but the gist of it, like the whole experience in itself, is much different because you're still being filmed, right? Although
Yeah.
thank God it's not live, right? We can edit things out if anything happens. It's still just like it's still just like a different. It's not a normal conversation anymore that you're just having when you're two buddies sitting in a room or driving down the road. It's now like getting filmed for everybody to see, So
100%. Well, you know
it just feels it is. It's just different, right?
You know what I
So
will
building
say
up
too?
that chemistry just took a little bit of time, I think.
Sorry to cut you off. You know what I will say too is like the there is something about like not only just figuring each other out on camera. Like, for example, like people love to like. I feel like you ever heard the saying paralysis by overanalysis?
I don't think I have, but that is a good saying.
So paralysis by
after hearing it.
overanalysis, like when we went into this, we were like, we had these ideas of like doing all these crazy off the wall things, and we're still gonna do crazy off the wall things after this episode of the podcast, like we've done for the past like 4 episodes or whatever the fuck. But yeah, like paralysis by overanalysis. Before we started this, like you can't think about, oh well, is it going to translate, or is it going to do this, or is it going to do that? And I feel like people go too in about like people always ask like, oh, what, like if I say like if I've told a couple people like, oh, I have a podcast with my buddy, and I really am enjoying that. Like if they like ask like how my life is going or whatever the case may be, and a lot of people will be like, well, what's your niche or whatever this case may be. I feel like people read too much into what your niche is. Like at the end of the day, like yeah, you can go on YouTube, you can go on the internet.
There's gonna be crime podcasts. There's gonna be There's always gonna be There's always gonna be niches, right? There's always gonna be specific genres or whatever.
Yeah,
But that
you
doesn't
will find
mean.
interesting.
But that doesn't mean you have to box yourself into those.
Yes.
Right? Like if you're a famous actor, like if you were Matthew McConaughey,
Mm-hmm.
he didn't want to be the rom-com actor anymore. He didn't want to be in that box. He broke out of that niche and he stopped taking them, and then he started getting different roles, and now he's like a world-class
Exactly.
Oscar actor, right? So you can't always just box yourself in. Sometimes you can't define yourself, and that's completely okay.
I 100% agree, but I also want to add to that and say I feel like the biggest thing is, again, back to paralysis by overanalysis, like you could be like, you could think about that forever. Mm-hmm. Like, do we have the perfect niche? Are we going to be able to talk about this forever? Whatever. But also, like, just going for it and then being like, okay, now that you're in it, you can kind of form how it's going and how it's all being created. But yeah, I don't even think necessarily, like, if you look at our podcast, we don't have a fucking niche.
Exactly.
Like, we're not like a fucking, yeah, like you said, like a crime podcast, like looking up like whatever.
Yeah.
And yeah, like if you want to build that niche, cool. But at the end of the day, like, what are you going on the internet for? The main thing you're probably going on the internet for is one, if you actually need something useful. If that's the case, fucking click off this video because you're not getting anything truly
information or entertainment, right? That's the main reasons we even get on this fucking thing.
So those two things, information or entertainment. So the biggest thing is like in a podcast is informational or is it for entertainment? I mean, if it's one of those two things and you actually come to create one of those two things and you're doing it well, it's going to work. Or it doesn't even matter if you're doing a podcast. You could do fucking whatever type of videos you're doing or whatever you're trying to create. Like if it's super informational, people are going to watch it. If it's super entertaining, regardless of what it is, people are going to watch it.
Yeah, I feel like on that point there, it's like it's funny because sometimes people are super duper well informed about incredibly small niches, like fucking a super old video game or something, or like a super old book series or something, but they know so much about it compared to like the average person, or not even the average person, but even anybody else that even likes that kind of shit. They're just like that super fan, or they're so involved and so knowledgeable about it compared to like anybody else. Honestly, I don't even know what the fuck I'm talking about anymore.
And it's also funny because when we start rambling, it sounds like we're saying a lot, but truly,
Sometimes we're just literally just rambling.
sometimes we're rambling.
God, that's embarrassing too, because it starts off in my head. It starts off as such a nice thought,
And
and then once it starts coming
peters
out,
off.
I don't know what I'm talking about anymore.
But it is the shittiest podcast on the internet. But
What do you
also,
expect, you know?
this is how we talk in like our general life. Like this is how we literally talk to each other.
We change topics every 62 seconds.
We do. Because I think one of us has ADHD.
We just don't know who.
We just don't know which one it is.
Oh God, dude.
They probably all know. They can probably all tell. Or maybe both of us. Shit.
Oh, you could have ADHD and I might just be autistic, or you know, like we
Something's
don't know
wrong.
what's going on here.
What's wrong with one of
There's
us?
something
Or
going
both.
on, dude.
But it works. Okay, but now back to this. We'll show like 2 more clips, and then we wanted to talk about something after this as well. So this is from probably our first hate comments. We're towards this clip exactly.
This was okay, like we said, that unknown fusion fella. This was our first, sort of constructed criticism, and this was the video that it was on.
Julius Caesar followed by Sully's example in 49 BC, and in February 44 BC was proclaimed dictator.
Perpetuo, dictator in perpetuity.
Perpetuity officially.
Away with any limitations on his power, which he kept until his assassination the following month.
Oh my God.
He just got all the power.
He got all the power, and a month later they're like, he was a piece of shit.
They killed his ass.
They killed his ass a month later.
Fuck, I always thought Caesar got fucked over. I thought he was like a good guy that got fucked over.
Dude, he was like,
He was
everyone.
definitely- All the women, come suck me off, right? Every one of them. All the women,
Every woman,
come suck me off now. And
get
all
in
the men,
line.
All the men, go.
All the men go to the farm, go to the coal mine. They were like, he was a piece of shit.
God, dude, let's kill this son of a bitch.
Let's fucking end this motherfucker.
That's funny, dude.
Now
That's funny.
Obviously, the unknown fusion, but the first one was, I don't even want to try and fucking pronounce this motherfucker's name. But he says, does not consider for a moment that Caesar's enemies might have just been wrong. Buddy. Like, did you think
Were you there? I didn't fucking think
first
so.
of all-
Were
first
you
of all-
fucking there?
First of all, were you there? No. Also,
Of course they could have been wrong. So could have Caesar. You fucking what's your point there?
and also, like, come on, buddy. Like,
This next guy though, he's really I think he knows what he's talking about. Tayshaun Prince,
I still think Hitler has Caesar beat.
he's got a good point.
He's got a good point.
Hitler more than likely does have Caesar beat.
Yeah. Yeah, he does.
Oh man, there's a funny if we're looking at hate comments, I just remembered one that's on the TikTok.
Oh,
Have you seen this
Oh,
one?
the one where she calls me an idiot.
Yeah, it said the skinny one seems like a fucking idiot.
Yeah. Wait, why did she? What was the TikTok? Let me pull it up.
Yeah, hold on. Let me.
I remember seeing that. I liked it on my actual like personal account.
Let me look at this.
Oh my God, get this kid off my screen. No.
I just woke up and I look like shit, but I need to go on a rant and hold on, I need some lighting.
Oh no. Oh God. Don't do it, kid.
Chinese letters.
Oh my God.
Chinese letters. Anybody who knows more than one language, English is a hard fucking language, right? Because usually English is one of the other languages they learn.
I feel like English is like one of the easiest languages, no?
down to
I feel like fucking Chinese.
Yep. When it comes down,
Pug, they have fucking gang signs for letters.
I believe it's characters. They have characters. You know, all those crazy lines.
Yeah,
and shit.
those look like fucking gang signs. Like graffiti signs you see on the side of a fucking train, dude. I mean, tell me if I'm wrong, but
And you know what?
compared to the English language,
No offense to any of you Asian countries out there. How? Literally fucking how? What are you guys reading? And
Yeah,
how do you
the
understand it?
But then it's like, I mean, they look at our shit, but then at the same time, you know what? They look at our shit like, how the fuck is this?
I still feel like we should have a universal language. English technically kind of is, but at the same time, like we need one established, you know?
Okay. Also, the first comment on this is, skinny dude seems like a fucking idiot.
All right, that's
I mean,
once again debatable.
first of all, you're not wrong. Second of all,
Look at who replied.
I know Junior said
Our own friend.
Junior said idiot, and I liked it. That's the one I liked. He said idiot is an understatement.
That's funny.
But also like, you feel like we should have a universal language?
We should. Wouldn't it be useful if
Everyone you spoke the same language?
yeah, like you could
Yeah, it
fucking
would.
be born in, Lebanon and still and still speak to somebody in China without problem, right?
Okay, but
That would be great.
Why the fuck? Is it because it's probably just because humans are stubborn that we don't have a universal language, huh?
Yeah, we're so separated,
Well, we're separated, but also like obviously we all came up with our own languages to talk to each other because we were so far apart and we didn't know there was other human beings until later on.
That's a good point.
But
I feel like English definitely is the most
Well known.
well
It is.
known. And I think that's cool, but at the same time, English isn't one of the easier languages to learn. In fact,
Yo.
it's true. Like, these people were right. If you learn any other language first and then try to learn English, you're like, what the fuck is this knife bullshit and fucking, pharaoh with a PH? What?
Right?
And knife with a K? It's like, all that bullshit is impossible for new English people to understand. And it's not like you're a baby. Like, babies are able to absorb information so much easier than adults, right? Which is why when babies are learning you can program a baby to learn multiple languages, but that's why it's so easy for them to learn the language that they're born speaking, because it's what they're born and raised up on.
Right.
But
So
with the with language in general, it's so like there should be like a universal one. But
let me blow your mind for a second here. Imagine if there was a eventually, because like you've seen like the augmented reality Apple headset that they're coming out with that's like $3,500.
I haven't, but that sounds crazy. Is it
So-
like a VR type deal?
It's like a VR, but
Way nicer.
$3,500, way nicer.
That is way nicer. It's a way bigger price.
I guess technically, it's considered augmented reality, which is like you'll put it on and it'll like pop up multiple different like Apple
What kind of things
apps.
can you do in this augmented reality?
Right, like the first thing, of course, learn different languages,
Yeah, that's the first thing I would do.
right? Because it'll add things to your, so you put it on, and it'll project and it'll add things around your, surroundings. So the first thing, of course, any person would do is use that for good.
Exactly. Listen, if anyone's spending $4,000 on some augmented reality, we know what reality they're gonna experience first.
You better get your use out of it, dude. Okay, can we? That would be,
$4,000? Come on now.
dude. Actually, though,
I'm
that
getting
would
my
be
money's worth.
insane.
I'm getting my money's worth.
Oh my god, do you think
Be like,
that's gonna be real?
oh my god.
That's gonna be real, dude.
Eventually, yeah.
They're gonna have porn augmented reality.
You ever see Ready Player One? You ever see
Yes.
that movie? That's basically what it's gonna be like. Very good book too, by the way. If you read that book,
I don't read. I can't even tell you the last book I read, dog.
well,
It was,
no,
it was
I
probably
haven't.
fucking manga.
Well, that's the thing. I haven't read a book since like high school, basically. So that's been like a couple years.
When they like forced you to.
No, it was a book I read on my own, but that was the last book I read on my own.
I see.
because they tried to force me to read a book, and I didn't read it.
Yeah.
I just Spark Noted it.
Right.
Did you ever use Spark Notes?
No.
You never had like a book report you needed to do or something, like a test for a book? You look up Spark Notes, and then you can type in whichever book you need, and then it gives you like a summary of the whole thing, like each chapter, and super useful.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I always used to just not do homework, and
Nice.
I actually wasn't like a bad kid in school. I just hated school not like hated the whole experience, but I just hated the fact that I knew I wasn't going to use any of this to further myself.
Trigonometry, geometry,
None of it. Algebra 2. Still
like-
haven't used
I feel like by the time you get to high school, at least
the
a decent.
Pythagorean theorem. Is that what it's called?
It's like, I know we need scientists and stuff, but you can't, like, scientists are going to come, right?
Scientists are
gonna
always going to come.
come hard. But scientists are
will always come.
But that's the thing. They're always going to come around, and they're always going to pop up and be around. Like, they're always going
to pop up.
Okay. That's enough out of you, mister. But, if you're teaching them, what they want to learn, we could get a lot more, like,
Out of them.
yeah. Like, if they're interested in science, obviously put them in a fucking lab coat and make them be a scientist, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if they're interested in the arts, or like, what you're interested in by the time you're 15. And if you're interested in something,
not all the time.
yeah, but if you're interested in something, you should at least have the opportunity to pursue it and see if you like it. Because you have to wait to figure out what you really like or what you want to do with your life until college or after college, for the most part.
Let me
ask
you this.
You know how many people go into college and start a fucking major in something that they don't even like in 3 years?
Can I cut you off really quick? Let me ask you this.
Please.
I'm sorry. Let me ask you this. The main thing that I'm thinking about that, right? Like, let's say from kindergarten to like 7th or 8th grade, you teach kids the basics. Math, what they did. Math, English, divide, subtract, multiply.
Because you got to know those things. I do think you should
have to know those things.
I think you should know those things.
Those are things that you literally have to know in any job that you're going to do is how to add, subtract, divide.
Those are just some basics, right?
Multiply.
We should all learn the basics and know the basics extremely well.
But hold on.
And that's the baseline.
Once you get to like 8th grade, what if they did a thing where they were like, okay, now let's put these kids, like you said, in the things that they enjoy. Mm-hmm. You either have them take tests to put them in the things that they are good at or enjoy, or you let them pick the things that they want to do the most, mm-hmm. and you put them into those things, like whether it be art. Some kids fucking loved ROTC in high school. I didn't get it, but some kids loved it. And they took it very seriously, actually.
Dude, they did. I remember this one kid. He literally showed up to school in his ROTC dress every day.
Even though he wasn't supposed to?
He wasn't supposed to. He would get in trouble sometimes. Like, he would have to go change out into like his PE
what the fuck do you mean? This is a full-time job, Mrs. Kruger.
Yeah, dude. No, his sergeant, his officials, what do you call them? His seniors.
You almost called him a sergeant, dog.
They're sergeants,
Just that was the special ed teacher. That was the special ed teacher that you're talking about.
But yeah, he's like, dude, you're not supposed to wear that today. You're like, sorry, Sergeant Major. That's what they would call him.
Yeah, sorry, Sergeant Major. He probably, and you know what's crazy is that
he's
that
probably
teacher
not
probably
even in
loved
the,
that shit.
Yeah, like deep down he loved it, but that kid probably isn't even in the Army now.
No, because he probably.
No, you'll never amount to anything.
Okay, that's fucked up, but it's kind of true. But no, it's so like it is kind of crazy because like let's say that they did do that and then they let the kids choose and pick and like do what they actually wanted to do. They'd probably, and then you grade them off of not like if they got the answers right on a test, but how involved they are in the thing that they picked. Mm-hmm. or how progression. Like, I don't know how, I guess you would choose this, but like, because if you
Progression
go,
and like potential.
like, let's say you're in art class, right? And when you began, you were like, I want to be an artist so bad. And when you began the class,
You were ass.
terrible. But by the end of the semester,
You had a lot.
they look at it, your teacher looked at it, and you're like, you can shade now, you can make crisper lines, you know how to do this and this and this that you didn't know how to do before. A+. You progressed.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that what fucking life is all about? Why would you go and give that kid a fucking C and be like,
Because
like,
they didn't know which year, Van Gogh died.
exactly.
You know?
Like, who the fuck, like, that doesn't even fucking matter.
I know. And I feel like that's how it should work. That's a great idea. That's how it should work in every subject.
Wouldn't that be a good idea? Because, like, you could have those kids and the things that they want to do.
Yeah, but it's not about shaping our youth into what they want to become. It's about them,
shaping
the higher ups,
what they want you to become.
what they want us to become, which is workers.
Office workers, 9 to 5. You shut the fuck up. You take the bare minimum, and we make all the money.
Yeah, dude.
Isn't that fucking kind of crazy?
I think it's real.
I think it's real too.
I think there's
I'm dead ass.
I think there's some seriously
Matrix.
shady shit going on
Matrix.
up top, and we got nothing. We got no real idea about what's going on up there.
I could believe it.
And it's scary because they influence everything. They influence the things we buy, the things we put in our body. They influence our mindsets, our news, our technology. Everything's under influence by these higher ups, whoever the fuck they may be. I know you're watching.
Pieces of shit. No, but
it's super scary because we don't know what they want to do to us, or we kind of know, like, they want us to just be complacent and just be good little workers and stuff. But it's just like, man,
yeah,
how do we get out of that?
We don't, and that's the thing, is because they want the rich to stay rich, the powerful to be powerful, and then they want those other people to be fucking 9 to 5 workers taking the bare minimum, barely able to survive.
When they created our school system, I believe I saw this on the JRE. When they created our school system, they made it so that whoever, I think it was Rockefeller or something, that fucking one of the richest guys ever, Rockefeller, he fucking created the school systems to be such a way as to where it's not trying to promote ingenuity and, new ideas and becoming who you want to be or what you want to do. It's all about making sure you're well equipped to just be at that fucking bare minimum stage your whole life and just be like a worker until you die, essentially, or until you retire. It's really a fucked up, because I think that's real. I think they're really doing that to us, and I wish I knew how to escape that.
Well, now, like, imagine this, like, when we talked about this in the last episode, but you know how when we talked about how a kid is very, like, their ideas are very pure, and their viewpoints are very pure, and their creativity is pure, and everything's pure because nothing's been, corrupted yet. Imagine if you put those kids into a system that was different from what we're doing now, which is very 9 to 5. You go to school for 8 hours, which is a 9 to 5. Don't you?
God, dude, it's so fucked up because the way it's just set up based on performance and not based on progression.
See,
it's set
wrong?
up, dude. Because you're making these little kids, especially not even in America, in China and shit, dude.
Even worse.
These in Japan, these kids have to take these super duper important tests. In India, they got to take these super duper important academic tests, and if they don't pass with flying colors, their life is ruined. And by life is ruined, I mean, they fucking got an 89 instead of a 92, and now they have to fucking be sad for the next 10 years of their life because they didn't get the right score.
Exactly.
And it's really, really terrible for their mental health. And because when all this emphasis is put on the grade, how many fucking times did you cheat in school just to get the right grade that you needed to not have bad grades?
I cheated all the time.
I cheated all the fucking time. And that's why the school system, especially in Nevada, is so fucking terrible, because you could even fucking fail and they'll still pass you through to the next grade.
Yeah.
That's how fucking terrible it is here.
But
Oh, it's
yeah, dude.
oh man, we just opened up a can of worms, and I could talk about it for a while. Our school system is so fucking terrible, and it's their fucking fault, because they want it to be terrible, because they just want zombies, man. They don't want free
They do.
thinkers.
Because free thinkers are
A threat.
weapon.
It's
Yeah,
a threat to their cushy lifestyle.
Now,
Let's lighten up the mood a little bit.
let's lighten up the mood a little bit on
Let's
a separate
talk about
topic.
some of our favorite. I love, and I know you love it as well. We love anime.
We do.
We're weebs at heart. You know, we find them to be-
Nerds.
we don't love every single Pringle type of anime, right?
No.
We don't love like the slice of life type shit. We like powers. We like blood usually. We like shit going down and dope fights and dope power, like all that. That's what we like, right?
So I did want me and Lonnie kind of talked about this segment of the pod before we started as well. I actually wanted to ask Lonnie, and then I can go after he does. What is your top 5 favorite anime
I'm
of all
just
time?
and I'm just gonna give them in no particular order. I'm just gonna throw the names out there. Feel free to agree with me or disagree with me in the comments. Give us your own takes, your own hot takes. I'd say I will put Naruto at number 1, just because Naruto is my all-time classic. It was my very first anime. Naruto's great. It feels a little bit more on the basic side when it comes to powers and stuff, but it's great. Can't go wrong.
Wait, okay, so are we going to do our top 5 favorite or the top 5 best anime of all time?
We'll go favorite, because
Okay,
it kind of
favorite.
coincides,
Favorite.
because we're not gonna say no fucking bullshit anime that sucks balls.
True.
All the ones that we are gonna say are some of the top animes that are there. Naruto, and keep in mind these are just out of the ones that I've seen. Full Metal Alchemist, Brotherhood is great, phenomenal even. It's got great characters and stuff. Dope powers. Another one I really like right now. Hunter x Hunter is one of my favorites of all time. That might even be number 2, maybe even number 1. That's how much I like it compared to Naruto. It's still really great. Hunter x Hunter, and then I'll just throw out, I don't want to just say Attack on Titan and Demon Slayer, because
Attack on Titan's so good, though.
I'm definitely going to say Attack on Titan. Attack on Titan deserves a spot in my top 5, because that's another one that really that was one of my second or third animes that I watched, and that one was crazy, right? Just because of all the shit that goes down in it. I'll say a 5th one, and I'll probably throw out a 6th one as well. I'll even throw out 7. Demon Slayer, One Punch Man, and Fire Force are all 3 that I really enjoy. I don't think you've seen Fire Force. I haven't seen One Piece. I haven't seen Bleach. Come for me. Go right ahead. I haven't seen those, right? So I'm not gonna give my takes on them. They seem great though. I haven't seen Dragon Ball either. Seems cool. But the ones that I've mentioned, Naruto, Hunter x Hunter, Full Metal Alchemist, Fire Force,
Okay, so
Demon Slayer,
so that's your 5?
Attack on Titan.
That's
Yeah.
like the 5.
In no particular order,
Okay.
just those animes are like my favorites.
Okay. I would say mine's going to look a little bit different.
Good.
So my top 5, I would say favorite. One, it's hard to go away from Naruto because
It's a classic. One of the big 3.
it's a
It's
classic.
a classic.
It's honestly probably my gateway. So the real gateway was Dragon Ball. I'm not going to put Dragon Ball on this list. And
Whoa.
I know, because Dragon Ball was the first actual anime I've ever watched, and it was, as a kid, like, oh my god, it was the shit, and that was the anime that, like, really got me into, everything, anime in general. I'm not going to put it on this list just because I think that, honestly, story-wise, character development-wise, there's really none of it. I mean, character, sure. Character development, Not really. I mean, Goku is the same kind of character from the episode 1 that he is at even now when they're still making Dragon Ball Super.
Yeah, it's Goku's always been kind of a one-trick pony.
Yeah, I mean he's the kind of the same.
He's that he's a hard-working motherfucker, you know.
But that's it. It's just he
so is every other main character. In
and
anime.
my problem with it is in that show specifically, death means nothing. Like the characters die and they just bring them back to life with the Dragon Balls all the fucking time.
Yeah.
So it's like the characters are
and
immortal.
I hate that. I want, like, when I see somebody I care about fucking die, I want them to die. Not in a sadistic way, but don't give me this emotional heartbreak and then just take it back the next episode because you can or because you want to write it that way.
A little bit of an emotional, a little bit of a sadistic.
Like, the only one that I'm okay with was Might Guy, but even then I was like, he should have died there. Not only should he have died there, the whole anime should have ended there. Might Guy should have killed Madara, and the whole anime should have just ended.
No.
Yeah.
No. I think that how it okay, off track. So I would say Naruto's on my list. 2, I would probably put in no order. This is no order.
No particular order.
Naruto, One Piece. One Piece is one of the most influential animes of all time.
Have you watched it? Or how much have you watched, I should say? Like, how many episodes? I know there's over 1,000, so how many have you seen?
Okay, so I'm not going to lie. I've watched maybe half of the episodes, but not
500.
But not up to 500. I know it's currently happening. So, like, I'm going to be honest, I kind of skip around in One Piece. So, like, because I've watched, like...
Fake fan.
I know.
Fake fan.
I've watched the first, obviously the first arc where he meets Zoro, he meets Sanji, he meets
his crew,
Nami when he beats Arlong and so on and so forth. And then I've watched Fishman Island. I've watched all these things and I know what like the basises are. I'm not like fully intertwined just because it's fucking hard.
It's a lot.
It's a lot. It's fucking hard to like really watch all of it, but I will say that One Piece is
it's a lot to unpack.
One Piece is is on my list. I would say
do you think you could say not just as stories go as a whole for anime, would you consider One Piece like the pinnacle of anime storytelling? It's been going on for 1,000+ episodes. They're introducing new characters and new fruits and all this cool shit left and right.
Hold on. So honestly, I would say, yeah. I would say
do you
that
think
One Piece...
Do you think it's earned its 1,000 episodes? Or do you think there's some
Yes.
bullshit episodes that should not be there?
Well, obviously.
Every
but
anime has its filler, but...
if you're talking about, like, the storytelling of
like
One Piece, that's
world,
the best thing.
The world and the characters, you know. Like,
the storytelling in the world is better than the characters. But the characters are right there.
yeah.
So...
I need to watch it, man.
You
I just need to watch
can't
it.
have 1,000 chapters and 1,000 episodes of a story
And it be shitty.
without it actually being a good story.
Yeah, it's got to be good. That's true. It's a very good point.
But okay, my 5, Naruto, One Piece, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. That's honestly, if I had to put it in a place, that's my favorite. I've watched it multiple times, and it's, I think, the best anime of all time. Those 3. And then I would say Cowboy Bebop is
It's a good
also in my top 5. That's an amazing fucking...
Vinland Saga is another one that I forgot to mention.
Vinland Saga is good. And then I would say probably my 5th. So Naruto, One Piece, Full Metal, Cowboy Bebop. I'm going to forget a lot here, but...
Death Note?
Death Note's good.
Is it your top 5 good?
Attack on Titan. Yeah, I have to go with Attack on Titan. So
yeah,
it's
I threw out more than 5 names. So your 5 is
so my 5. Okay, so right now I'm gonna go with my 5.
Give me your
and then you
5,
go,
and then
okay?
I'll just give you 5 for mine.
My 5 in order is Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, One Piece, Attack on Titan, Cowboy Bebop, Naruto. That's in order.
I'm going to go in order. I'm going to go Naruto 1, Hunter x Hunter 2, Attack on Titan 3, it's like I don't want to just do the same kind of anime, you know? Because like when I think it's like I did though.
It's all the same. But you like that genre.
I know. But I would say 4 would have to be. Let's see. Attack on Titan was 3. 4 is either it's gonna go to
Finland?
It's not gonna go to Vinland. It's gonna go to One Punch Man.
One Punch Man.
Have you
number
seen
4.
that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not my style.
I really like that one.
I don't.
I really like that one. I think it's funny. I really enjoy the characters, and I would just want to see more of it. Like, I'm putting it on this list because I want to see more of it, and
Okay.
I know I do.
That's good.
And then 5 would be Demon Slayer, I think. Demon Slayer is
You
just
didn't put Full Metal Alchemist on that list.
I didn't, because I do. It is great, and I love it. Actually, I'll switch out Full Metal with One Punch Man. I really like One Punch Man, but Full Metal Alchemist is a better anime total. Because One Punch Man I haven't seen enough of yet.
Yeah.
There's lots more manga, but there's only like 2 seasons of anime. And I know it's going to get better, and it could probably be very well, climb the list and take a spot. But my 5 for sure is going to be Naruto, Hunter x Hunter, Attack on Titan, Full Metal Alchemist, the 5th one, Demon Slayer.
Now, to end this podcast, what you think is the best anime of all time? Unbiased.
If I could put...
Can we
if I
agree
could
on
put-
3? Can we agree on 3 before we say the best? In no order, in my mind, the 3 best of all time.
I'm gonna
Attack on Titan.
I'm gonna just say the 3 that I think would, like, if you could combine elements and make them into like One Piece, Hunter x Hunter, and then take the characters, like the quality of characters from Full Metal Alchemist. If you give me the quality of characters from Full Metal and the originality of the Hatsus from Hunter x Hunter, along with the broken abilities that are just in One Piece alone, not to mention the world of One Piece. One Piece's world probably has the most expansive world. I'd say if you could find a way to get all the 3 of those kinds of things together,
That'd be the best.
that could make the best anime
So the best
ever.
anime ever would be let's say storytelling world of One Piece, abilities of a Hunter x Hunter, characters from Full Metal.
Yeah,
That would be amazing.
that would. Because the characters in Full Metal are so fleshed out
but
and
see,
so interesting.
It's almost like comparing. It's crazy
It's like
because
comparing apples to oranges.
it's crazy, right? Because you think about it. This is why I believe Full Metal is the best of Brotherhood. Anime is the best of all time. If you put those characters in any other world, any other anime, it wouldn't work. It just doesn't work because it's too.
because
it's
that's
too
the way that,
dark. It's too real. Full Metal is based on a fantasy, alchemy, philosopher's stone, but it's more based in reality and human emotion and human sacrifices than any other this actual fantasy anime shit.
I can see your point there. I raise you the characters. Not I like the characters in Alchemist Brotherhood more, but what you just said with with all the bullshit, all that craziness, Attack on Titan's character's been through quite a lot.
But see, that's why I feel like those 2 might be some of the probably 2 out of the top 3 best.
Because that's also one of the more realistic depictions
I feel like those
of
2
humanity.
Those 2 might be 2 out of the 3 of the best animes of all time is Attack on Titan and Brotherhood. I don't know what order.
I think those definitely belong on the top 3.
Because it's so like it's
And then
so,
I guess you could put One Piece at 1 just because it's the most mythical anime, right? It's like the most crazy, not crazy, but it's like not only a combination of the longest, but like the best world and world building story with the characters in it.
Yeah.
It's just there's a reason why
It's been on so long.
there's a reason why there's so many, right? And it's not just gonna fizzle out. Once people find out what this One Piece is, they're gonna lose their fucking minds.
Yeah.
And then number 2, you could say I think is Attack on Titan compared to
Full Metal?
Alchemist Brotherhood. I mean, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood's insane. I love it. But when you watch Attack on Titan, when's the last time you watched Attack on Titan? Honestly.
Attack on Titan?
Yeah.
I watched half of the hour special that they came out with like a month ago.
Yeah.
Dude, they okay, Attack on Titan's a great story. The way that they're doing the anime version of this, I fucking hate it. Because
So
the
you
way
read
that
the
they're
manga.
releasing it.
You
Yeah,
read
I
the
did.
manga.
I did.
Well,
I know how it ends.
nerd, first of all, but you know how it ends, and I don't know I don't know if you like the ending in the manga or not. I don't know if it's good or if it's like poetic or anything. But what's happening in the animes, is it not similar? Is it not similar?
It's similar.
So it's still the same shit that's going on. It's just it doesn't matter. Well, let's get off topic again. But
It doesn't
One
matter.
Piece, Attack on Titan, Full Metal Alchemist. That's a good top. That's a good
That's
3
yours?
best. No, it's just like I think that's a good. It's not my. We already went over
Yeah, yeah.
personal.
Okay, so
But if we
I
had to
would
choose
say
the 3 that are probably the greatest of all time,
Those are the
are
three.
3 to choose.
Those are
are
the
3
three.
good ones to choose.
I would flip if we're doing it in order. I'm flipping One Piece with Full Metal. I think Full Metal is the best. Attack is 2, and then 3 would be One Piece.
You think One Piece is just too long to have that number 1 spot, huh?
I think it's
A little too extensive.
a little too. Even though it's really, really good, even now, even in the
still
late,
is a
even
lot.
in these episodes,
It's
but
1,000 episodes is a commitment,
it's
dude.
it's too drawn out.
It's a lot.
It's too drawn out. I think
I'm
it's
assuming it
slightly
has
too
filler.
drawn out.
I'm assuming it has filler, just like every anime. So
Yeah.
yeah, that your list makes sense. My once again personal top 3 animes is like fucking Naruto, Hunter x Hunter, probably Attack on Titan. Attack on Titan is great.
My top 3: Full Metal.
But what we said before when we were like
One. well, probably those
take
3.
the shit from these animes and make it into its own anime, that makes a lot of sense. Because if we could get the quality of characters from Full Metal or even Attack on Titan, along with the quality of world building that One Piece has, along with the originality and powers / like just like a personalization you can acquire, because it's so you're in Hunter x Hunter, it's so based on your personality. It's like I was saying earlier in the car, like each character can do their own thing, right? And they can they can do whatever the fuck. Obviously they need to, not even gonna bother, it's gonna take too long to get into it, but it's really it's really original, right?
It is.
It's really based on, so if you have such great characters and you can give them those kinds of powers as to where they can create whatever the fuck they want, depending on how great of a character you have, you can make some money. Or not money, but you can make some magic happen.
Fuck yeah, man. On the note of magic, thank you guys for watching this magical episode. Thank you guys for, if you're watching up to this point, that's amazing.
Thank you for walking with us down memory lane.
If you've just heard us ramble for an hour and 13 minutes, thank you.
Yeah, we're not apologizing. This is
No.
what you get. This is the shittiest podcast. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe. Let us know everything going on in your lives. We don't give a shit. Comment on our stuff. We'd love to hear from you guys.
Let us know if you have any ideas for us, what you want us to do, if you have any ideas on what you want to see,
If
us
what you
to
want to
talk
see,
about
what you want to
topics.
hear, please, any and everything helps. We love you guys so much. Thank you guys once again, and we will check you guys out later.
Peace.
Peace.